Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Around, where today we are covering the Great American Bash 1997. But before we get into that, I'm joined by my two illustrious co-hosts. Can't remember the nicknames now. Aaron, how are we doing? I'm not saying anymore, so you're going to have to say anything.
I don't know who that guy is.
Aaron Franklin, how are we doing?
So world-class wrestling journalist.
That'll do.
Thank you.
Franklin.
I still can't remember.
Thank you.
it.
Thank you, Lou. I'm very well. Yeah.
Good. Good to hear you. World-class wrestling journalist.
That's
Lou,
it.
can't remember your name either. Scoops. Lou Markham. Right.
Well-
you've had your chance. You've had your chance. Bash at the Beach was held on 13th of July 1997 in Daytona Beach, Florida, at the Ocean Center. 7,851 people there. What were they eating, Lou?
What was it called?
The
Hi
Ocean
everyone,
Center.
by the way.
Dick.
Terry, don't know what he's doing really.
No,
Where's Ross? Where's Ross when you do
where is? No one ever said that sentence either.
Where is? Oh, it's still open. It's the fifth largest convention center in Florida.
Well, they must be eating some good food there then.
So they must be having some good food. The fifth largest. Well, I don't know. We've had convention centers on here before, and we know
They're not brilliant, are they?
they are not good. Let's have a look.
While you're looking for that, the tagline for this pay-per-view is crap.
Go on.
Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman crash the bash, sorry.
Well, that's what they're doing. It's very descriptive. Terry.
Yeah.
It needs to be more punchy. And then there's an NWO one. If you don't like it, bite me.
No, they got their own. They got their own, have they?
That's what it is at the bottom of the thing. There's an NWO logo. And it says, "If you don't like it, bite me."
Oh. The Ocean Center's website will not load.
Right, brilliant. Have they forgot to pay their fees for the website hosting?
It was opened in 1985.
Yeah, it's quite an old one. It's been renovated since as well.
Yeah.
2009. A construction cost of 82 million. Which
well, the
blows my
website
mind.
does not work. So
We'll go with it. It was absolutely brilliant then.
don't know what you meant to do with that. So I'm just going to guess. I think what they had actually.
Go on then. What do
so on
they
the
have in
first
Florida?
floor, fish tacos.
Fish tacos are good.
Yeah, and a warm fish salad. A lot of crab, a lot of seafood at the Ocean Center. I think.
Hence the name.
By the ocean in it, yeah. Starfish.
Can you eat a starfish?
Yeah, you can eat starfish.
No, just
I
give,
don't
just
want
give
you to go for a snack. And,
Just give me regular fish and chips.
Yeah.
Can you actually? Yeah, apparently it is safe and edible to consume.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, I watched a video about it.
So there we go. The Ocean Center brings the ocean to the masses.
Probably, yeah. What website watched it?
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go with it.
There you go.
Opening video package. Thoughts?
I don't remember what happened.
I can't remember. It was ages since I watched this. Was there even one?
Probably.
We'll go with it's rubbish because WCW are notorious for having ones that are about 5 minutes long and don't really understand them. Yeah, we happy with that?
Yep, that'll do.
Cool. Yeah, brilliant. Right.
Was not as good as Roddy Piper. I am escaping Alcatraz. So we'll just leave it there.
Nothing like this.
Oh, hang on, it's loaded. It's loaded.
Oh God.
God, this takes a while, doesn't it? Right, let's check it on the catering page.
know,
We're cooking on gas now. Cooking on gas. Can't find a menu, but I can tell you the arena is 42,146 square feet. Which, if you're wondering, will accommodate 240 10-foot by 10-foot booths, 9,300 seats. But if you're having a banquet, 3,000. How high do you think the ceiling is in the Ocean Center? We'll have a little guessing game now.
10,000 feet.
Sensible guesses, please.
I don't know. 40 feet.
Oh, it's close. Aaron, what do you think?
60.
Oh,
Could be in the middle.
Terry wins it. It's 45. Are you trying to get your truck in there? You can do with a 20-foot by 30-foot driving door, 2 loading docks, portable staging, 2 400 amp power services. So that is food service. There we go. We're on it now. General manager is called Matt Dye. Catering sales manager is Ashley Santiani.
Shout
out. You just have to request catering. Oh, download the catering menu. Here we go. Fucking hell, now we're talking. Oh, you can get a continental breakfast. Breakfast buffet. There's an omelette station. You can get an omelette station, right? So you have a little convention, right? When we do Restaurant Con, we're doing it at the Daytona Beach Ocean Center. We're going to add on the omelette station. Like, I don't even like omelets, but it just seems pretty cool, doesn't it?
How can you like omelets?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just
You
not
don't
like
like
egg
eggs, do
person.
you?
Yeah, I
You
find
don't
eggs
like eggs,
weird.
do you?
It's a real issue. Eating breakfast out, to be honest, especially in America. Jack Daniel's glazed chicken. It's on the plated luncheon. Dessert enhancement choices, box lunch, dinner buffet, Tex-Mex, $34 a person. But if you go for the Asian buffet, it's only 33, so that's probably what you would go for on it. Mediterranean is 41, and the headliner is a Caesar salad. Chicken parmesan, $28. There's hors d'oeuvres, tapas,
Tapas.
bar beverages. How much do you think a 12-ounce imported beer is? It's a bottle.
$18.
No, too high. It is $8, but if you go for domestic, it's only $7. And if you do need your tablecloth, that's an extra $5 per table.
So basically, you get ripped off.
Yeah, I think that's more for the conventions, though, to be honest. Like, it didn't really help at all
No.
in terms of what you were eating if you were there. So we'll go back to the shrimp.
If you were at the event, let us know what you ate.
Yeah.
And what you were watching was the first match of Mortis and Wrath, who were against Ernest Miller, who showed up at the last pay-per-view, and Glacier.
It's been here a while now, isn't it? Big Ernest Miller. It's been here a couple of months, I think.
I thought he showed. Was it last month? I can't remember.
No, it was a month before he turned up
Was
and
it the
then
month
didn't do
before?
anything at the last one. Yeah.
Right,
That was
it.
the one. Yeah.
So we start off with a Mortis and Wrath win against Glacier and Ernest Miller. And it all comes down because the manager, who is James Mitchell, more modern at this point, is James Vandenberg, distracts Glacier, and then Mortis hits Glacier with the chronic kick to pick up the victory. 9 minutes 47 seconds. Aaron, what did we think?
Glacier's first loss here, isn't it?
Yes, it was, which was weird, to be fair.
There's a big match, really. No.
To kick it off, yeah.
Wrath and Mortis been trying to get the win over him for about 2 or 3 months now.
I did like
been able to do it.
I like their entrance music as well, Wrath and Mortis.
Yeah. I enjoyed this match. Thought it was quite good. Would have liked to see more karate from Ernest Miller, in my opinion. It wasn't really in the match much.
Franklin star rating?
I know we'll do them after the.
Okay. Let's try and catch up. Lou,
come on. Well, I potentially one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. So I'm going to break it down in a lot of detail. But yeah, I particularly liked the spookiness of it. Spooky dudes. No, I thought when they were coming out, Mortis and Wrath, don't you feel like we'd gone back like at least a year, if not more? It felt like this was kind of old school.
Dungeon of Doom.
95 Dungeon of Doom.
I didn't
WCW.
I didn't mind them, to be fair.
Considering like the last few pay-per-views, it's all been about the crazy lucha shit at the beginning.
Yeah,
like cruiserweights and that. And then this one was like.
It does.
But then also, I love the set. I love the set for this show. Yeah, I absolutely love the set. But then it felt really weird, didn't it? Because it was like, it's spooky dudes coming out next to the next palm tree. It's that was really weird.
Felt mismatch.
Yeah, I think there was a wrist lock on 5 minutes 27 seconds, which I really liked by Mortis. And then it's the Cat Miller. No, it was all right, wasn't it? I don't have a lot to say about it. It's been like 3 weeks since I watched it.
Big Dave gave it 2.5.
Oh, that's harsh. There's been long-term storytelling on this one.
And what's the Franklin star rating?
4 stars.
4 stars. That is insane. Insane. I don't remember it that much, but 4 stars, man. I think I'm going more with Dave on this one.
No,
why was Ernest the Cat Miller? Well, you just Ernest Miller at this point, I guess. Funny. Why was he with all these spooky dudes?
Because it's Mortal Kombat, isn't it?
So who was he? Just
the
regular bloke.
It'll be Liu Kang, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's the karate one.
Yeah.
Which one was Johnny Cage?
The actor.
Yeah, the actor guy.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
Sub-Zero. Oh, he was Glacier, right?
that's
Yeah, that's
Glacier.
Glacier. Yeah.
He was the Tiger Head.
Tiger Head.
Oh, I'm thinking Tekken. Ignore me.
That's Tekken. That's King.
The Tekken. Yeah.
Ooh,
Don't really play it. That's all I got. Sorry. No, I'm all Kombat guy.
Tekken.
Never seen the Mortal Kombat films. For
Yeah,
anyone
it's
that
fun.
hasn't seen the
I
Mortal
think
Kombat
I was a
films,
kid.
get 'em
Because
watched.
in the one where
It's fantastically bad.
Deception is the best one.
The second one.
I think
one.
I've only seen the first one.
who dies?
think.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a big spoiler for the second one then.
The second one's absolutely one of the best feature films I've ever seen in my
I
entire life.
believe is it one of the white guys dies like immediately in the
I'm
second
not
one.
sure. You got Jackson, the second one, with robot arms.
In fact, I have seen that stunt to rip his arm off or something, like the metal off his arm.
Can't remember.
I can't remember that.
Are we talking about ones from the early 90s or are we talking about the Ronda Rousey ones from
No, the early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. I've not seen the Ronda Rousey one. Any
No,
good?
I am.
I've not seen it ever.
Brilliant.
Just the chops.
Moving
I'll
away
have to
from
watch
Mortal Kombat and on to the second match of the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Feels weird that this is second because usually it's first, isn't it?
Yeah. Good
We've
lucha
got-
things.
Yeah, speaking of good lucha things, we've got Chris Jericho coming against Ultimo Dragon, who is the original good lucha things. The match goes 12 minutes 55. It's finished by a Hurricane Rana, turned into a flip, which Jericho retains his WCW Cruiserweight Championship. I really enjoyed this match.
This match was awesome.
Should have opened for me.
Yeah, put the spooky dudes on later on for me.
Yeah,
definitely deserves it on there.
See, WCW seems to have that formula nailed of getting a good, exciting match off to start with, and then this one they didn't for some reason.
Eric Bischoff loved the karate, didn't he? So that's why it went on first.
Yeah, that's true.
Did he was a black belt?
That's true. But for me, this should have opened the show.
This was more like traditional WCW open the show, where you get your best match on first, and then traditionally get worse.
It gets
throughout the
worse as it
curve.
goes.
Like that was.
It feels weird that they've had a poor match and then a good match.
Yeah. Well, no, the first match was a 4-star classic on to the Franklin star ratings, which are the only star ratings I subscribe to.
I'm interested to see his these ones. But yeah, this match, I thought this match was ace. Absolutely brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Ultimo Dragon as well.
Yeah, and I think you could tell that Jericho was had potential.
Yes.
At this point, which it almost felt like he was a bit wasted in the
and he was,
Cruiserweight division. I don't think he spends much longer in the Cruiserweight division after this, does he?
No.
But I can't.
Can't be much longer. How far away are we from the 1001 olds?
That feels like it probably was a Dean Malenko. It probably would have been in the Cruiserweight division or like lower mid card.
Yeah, I think that was like
division, wasn't it?
I think I was 98, 99.
By the next pay per view, he's not even the WCW Cruiserweight champ at the next pay per view.
Yeah.
So, but he has got a match for it, so he probably isn't far off it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just looking a little bit further ahead.
He's not. I mean, all of his big character work is 98. I'm sure it is because that's when his Goldberg's there for it, and he's not debuted yet.
Yeah, but I suspect he's probably not far away. What was the Franklin star rating?
Meltzer's first, please.
Come on.
Sorry, yeah.
Come on.
I know the formula.
Trying to catch him out here, isn't he?
4.25.
I think that,
which I think is about right. Maybe 4.5.
4.75. This is a very good match.
It
should have been up. Yeah,
Sorry,
this should have been the opener.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Yeah. It makes sense to have this as the opener following that usual formula. And it's disappointing that they've not done it. Makes the pay-per-view worse, in my opinion, by not having this as the opener.
But then they had the big spooky dudes entrance, didn't they? First, like opening the show.
I suppose where do you put that as well? It looks a bit out of place then, doesn't it, I guess?
It looked out of place anyway, didn't it?
Well, yeah, it did.
It was on the beach, but I'm there for it.
Yeah. Well, we get some more wrestling around favourites up next, don't we? We have the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott, against the Great Muta and Masahiro Chono to earn a shot at the WCW World Tag Team Championships. This match goes 11 minutes 37 seconds. And it is won by the Steiner brothers when Scott Steiner hits the Frankensteiner on Muta and Rick follows up with a DDT off the top rope for a pinfall victory.
So I'd like to know what's happened in between the last pay-per-view and this pay-per-view, because the Steiners at the last pay-per-view end a title shot.
They did mention it on commentary, but it was basically something about, I think, was it Kevin Nash was injured, basically, I think, all they were saying. But they were making out as if like he'd weaseled out of it. I don't know if he was legitimately injured because he wasn't on the card, obviously, was he? It was
Yeah, it won't
Scott and both, didn't
he? Yeah.
he?
I know
yeah, they did kind of sort of mention it.
Scott Steiner's hair looked really weird in this as well.
Yeah.
It was quite long, wasn't it? I still can't see him without the bleach blonde in WCW. It just looks bizarre.
He's got a little goatee now, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's it. He's
Becoming-
looking more like Big Papa Pump, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
get in
it
there.
just takes another 15 years to get a big chest hat, and he's full.
I'm
Big
still
bad
not.
booty
I'm still
daddy.
not a fan of their attire in this either.
Well,
That
they're wearing
weird-
just wrestling.
That weird
regular
red.
wrestling
Yeah, but it's
singlets, right?
it's the bright redness of it.
Yeah, they're the traditional multicolored ones.
Yeah, it's too bright or just black. It's too bright.
They can't black. That's the NWO colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Wolfpack
Yeah.
colours, I guess.
Good to see the Japanese NWO.
Yeah. What do we
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
What do we think of Great Muta and Masahiro Chono?
Well, Masahiro Chono, I'll tell you now some facts. He is otherwise known as Mr. August or Mr. G1 because he holds the record for the most wins at the G1 Climax tournament at 5. Okada follows him with 4 on his 4th this year. He has been IWGP Heavyweight Champion, same belt as Brock Lesnar. And he's also been the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So, pretty big deal. I think.
I was going to say
just-
we want Mr. August here, but this is in July, so
Yeah, there you go. August, he would have won it.
we would have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, just
And I will say
that was all I got.
I will say
his gimmick is Yakuza inspired.
Yeah, I can see that. I will say as well, Bobby the Brain is fantastic as well with his bias in this match.
Oh, Bobby the Brain is just fantastic all the way
Yeah,
through.
Bobby the Brain is just brilliant. He's genuinely brilliant.
It's fantastic. His
Big
wife is German, Martina Carlsbad.
Big Dave gave this 3 1/4. Aaron?
2.5. It wasn't a great match. It was nice to see the Japanese NWO to kind of see where it's branching out to.
Yep.
It wasn't a very good match, was it?
Was Chono the fellow who was on Sold Out right at the beginning?
Oh, sorry.
There was a Japanese NWO member in was Sold Out, wasn't he?
Yes, I
that
can't
Chono?
remember who it was.
Let's Google it.
He was in NWO Japan and Team 2000.
It was Masahiro Chono. He won the opening match of Sold Out 97 against Jericho. Yeah, it was, but considering he had all that prestige behind him, like Great Muta is also
I was going to say they're all well-known names in Japan.
Yeah, but it felt like even the way they presented on commentary, it made him feel like the Steiners were just fighting 2 jobbers and they're obviously going to win. Like,
yeah,
they could have made the Japanese NWO be a much bigger threat.
It felt very much like, well, because they're not from America, people won't know who they are type
Yeah,
thing.
it felt like they didn't really take him seriously. It felt like they were treating him as like people cosplaying as NWO members.
Yeah.
Rather than being actual NWO members. I feel like this is the start of when they started splitting off into Black and White and Wolfpack. Just when when they started recognizing that they had a B team.
Yeah.
This kind of seemed to happen now.
There starts to become a lot of members at this point.
Yeah.
I think 3.5 or 3 1/4, sorry, is quite high. I'm more inclined to agree with you, Aaron, on this one. But yeah, like you say, I think if it was in the modern day, people would be kicking off about this match. I think personally that they've lost.
Yeah, I feel like they still could have lost. It was just they never treated them like a threat. They were just like, oh, they can't have the time actually just against these jobbers instead. Like
you've been
just didn't present them very well.
You've been on Twitter, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll kick off at everything.
Yeah.
But we're saying 3.5 is generous on Dave. Shockingly low considering there's 2 Japanese wrestlers.
Well, yeah.
One of whom is the Great Muta. I think Dave actually hated this match. If you take out his bias towards New Japan wrestlers, it's actually -3. I've done the math.
There you go, Steiner math.
Yeah.
Done some Steiner math. But yeah, I think he's rated this one quite highly. Coming up is my second favourite match of the night. which is Juventud Guerrera, Hector Garza, who is the uncle of Angel Garza,
Angel Garza, yeah.
and uncle of Humberto Carrillo, who I forgot both existed, to be fair.
Good lad.
With Lismark Jr. and they're against La Parca, Psychosis, Villano 4. I think IV is 4, isn't it?
That's the one, the
In
fourth.
Roman numeral. And then for some reason, the Wikipedia notes say Villano 5 attempted to switch place with Villano 4 during the match.
Yeah.
Was immediately springboard drop kicked by Garza. And then pinned Villano 5 for the victory. So there's a bit of dodgy refereeing going on here.
This was hands down my favorite match, the full pay-per-view. It's not even close. 7 stars.
I thought this was great.
It was fucking mental.
It was.
I loved every second of it.
Also,
I love the commentators were like, "Oh, don't even bother about the fucking rules, lads. Just let them just let them fight."
How does Juventud actually wrestle in that bloody with the cane wig?
I don't know.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. I just find
Like, Costa's had
really
a big mascot as well, big horns and that. It's good.
Who was it as well who went into the corner and basically like miskicked it and then head banged off the actual ring post onto the canvas? I wrote it down.
Probably the Parker because he's mental, isn't he?
Let me have a look. Psychosis flying into the ring corner and banging his head on the floor.
Yeah,
just mental. But no, this match was absolutely ridiculous. I'm all for it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Mike Tenay making his third appearance in 4 matches as well in commentary.
Yeah, he's the expert, though, isn't he? So,
yeah, that's true.
He was the only one who had like the slightest idea of what was going on. Like, I know I always say Dust is a terrible commentator, but I love him in situations like this because he doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't know what to do.
What's going on? He has no idea. Brian makes no attempt to understand what's going on, which is even better. Because that's the thing, Dusty always pretends he knows what's going on,
but he doesn't.
But doesn't have a clue. And that's what makes it hilarious. And then Brian probably does, but he just pretends that he doesn't, or just makes no attempt to care.
Yeah, he just says what he wants to say.
Yeah,
Brian is still my favorite WCW commentator.
He's one of the greatest commentators.
I was going to say he's up there with probably one of the best ones I've had.
Yeah, it's not quite at Pat McAfee level, but he's doing his best. Bless him.
Have we got a favorite of the 6 that wrestled in this match?
For me, La Parca.
Was it La
Parca? Although he is apparently a right prick to work with. Nowadays,
yes, is he the So is he the guy who's now LA Park?
Yes.
It's the 2 of them, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's got his son.
Because the original La Park is dead. So which one was this?
His preferred name is LA Park.
Oh, right, okay. So he stole the gimmick. Or was it the other way around? Anyway, one La Park. Hang on, they're both dead.
He's been known as... No, this one's alive.
No, this one's alive. Oh, he's LA Park. He's alive.
There's LA Park, LA Par-K, and La Parka.
Yeah, but then there's another guy who was called La Parka.
Yes.
He died.
Mexican wrestling, they sort of take each other's names, don't they? When I don't really understand how.
Yeah, it's because they own the characters.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to understand how it all.
WWE tried to do it once, didn't it, with Sin Cara? Well, we had 2 Sin Caras.
Didn't they swap the wrestler that was in the Sin Cara?
Yeah.
One was a complete fuck up, wasn't it? I kind of think who that one was.
Mystico,
that was it.
But then, was it Hunico came in to replace him?
I think Hunico, he was...
He was also, he'd been Mystico previously, so it's
I don't know. Yeah, it is a mess. But LA Park is still wrestling anyway. He last wrestled on the 1st of July, the Crash Wrestling.
Was that the one where he walked out with his sons? And they were just like, right, we're just going to fucking shoot on everyone and leave.
Yeah.
Because that definitely happened.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it did. And they haven't, I don't think they've worked since. Don't think anyone will touch him with a barge pole.
This was the last match he had. And then he's had a match in the U with LA Park Jr., which I guess is his son. Whereas against their friend of the show, Gangrel and Pagano.
That might have been the one. Where was that
at? MLW.
Yeah, that was the one.
That's the one. I remember that.
Then he's been at AAA.
I didn't realize Gangrel was involved in that.
And then PCW, and then the last one was the Crash Wrestling. So there's a few matches since then, but MLW March the 31st.
I can't remember which one it was now, but there was one where he went absolutely mental and shot on everyone and just left. And that was the end of LA Park.
I'm surprised AEW haven't tried to sign him. because AEW are going to AEW, aren't they?
He is a bit of a he's a bit of a legend, isn't he? But I think the other Parker is more.
Yeah,
well
they
known.
attacked with real chair shots and real punches as well. MLW fired Lost Parks as a result of the alleged attack. Yeah,
That's
that was it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
Dave.
he's
So
my
this fellow
favourite out of
this
this
fellow
lot.
was the original.
Was this the original one? Was it?
Yeah, because LA Park stands for La Autentica Park, which means the original park. Because
Okay.
AAA sued him in 2003.
So, is this? Oh no, Wikipedia's saying it's. I don't know. Wikipedia's saying this one's 56, and this is the one that just got fired.
Yeah, the other one's dead.
Right. Okay. Like I say,
But he was 54 when he died. They're the same age. Well, they would have been the same age.
right. I'm still no clearer, but okay. Either way, Big Dave gave this 4.25, which I think
Harsh.
I think that's harsh. I think
7.
that's harsh.
It was great. I loved it. The fucking interference at the end was hilarious as well because it was so stupid.
It's just a massive clusterfuck. It's just.
And no one even knew who he was. Was it
I
Villano 5? What happened to the first 3 Villanas?
Well, you've got Villano 4 in the match, so 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they should have been there.
Right.
That'd have been great. Just a stream of Villano just coming through.
1
from underneath the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like some sort of like clown car under the ring where they're all just like.
So Villano 1 died in 2001.
Rest in peace. Well, he's still alive at this point.
R.I.P. His oldest brother Villano 2 died in 1989.
Oh, you can
and his youngest brothers were Villano 3, Villano 5, and Villano 4. Villano 5 is Raymundo, and Villano 4 is Thomas.
Oh my god, I need to get into Lucha Libre.
And Villano 3 is Arturo. Villano 1 was Jose, and Villano 2 was Alfredo.
Oh, that's the best one.
So yeah, I think Thomas just stands out like a mile. It just Thomas. Although it's not it's T.O. rather than T.H. But
you mean Thomas?
And then frequently performed as a jobber in WCW. He's done the dirty on him in Villano 4. So Villano 5 is Raymundo.
Who did get pinned in the end?
Villano 5 got pinned, I think. Let me read this again. However, the match... Villano 5 attempted to switch places with Villano 4 during the match. However, he was immediately hit with a springboard dropkick into a standing moonsault by Garza, who pinned Villano 5 for the victory. So Villano 5, who wasn't part of the match, got pinned.
Yep, that's classic WCW.
Right.
Lucha in 1.
So yeah, this match was a complete clusterfuck. Dave gave it 4.25. Lou gave it 7. But what are the all-important Franklin star ratings?
6 stars.
Yes.
Any particular reason?
Just absolute chaos, and I love chaos.
Is this everyone's match of the night?
It was just entertaining, wasn't it?
Sometimes this is what you need in it to break up a show.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I normally sometimes get annoyed at Dusty and the Brain for not knowing what's going on in lucha matches, but
it
somehow made it better in this one.
Yeah,
somehow made it better in this one alone. I think it's because right at the start, all 6 of them just came out, and the commentators were like, "Look, anything could happen here." And I just thought they set it up perfectly just by saying that. Great step.
Would we like? It only went 10 minutes. I'd have been happy with a couple more minutes here.
Yeah, they could have gone like an extra 20.
Take a couple of minutes off that first match and add it to this one.
I am very much in the mood to watch Festival of Lucha now after this.
Is there a way we can watch a Luchador pay-per-view and review it? Because
there must be some WCW crossovers there on a network somewhere in the hidden gem section.
Is that a bit of homework we all need to go do?
Yeah, we do.
Right, we'll find. We're making a wrestling around promise here. Yeah. We'll find a Luchador shirt.
Yeah,
and review it.
Absolutely, and then we'll go live to one in Mexico.
And then we'll interview Villano 5 and ask why he was in this match and pinned.
Yeah.
That one.
We should just review. Should just review a couple of Lucha Libre shows.
Yeah, I'd be well up for that.
Absolutely, that's what we're doing.
Right. That's what we're doing. We'll find someone and we'll review it. That's a wrestling around promise. And we
sometime in September. Yeah, obviously not next week. It's Clash of the Castle on it, but sometime.
Maybe October gives us enough time to research some as well.
Yeah, by the end of the year.
Yeah, by the end of the year, we'll review a Lucha Libre show somewhere across the line, down the line. Ross, if you're listening, which you should be. If you're not, why? We're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You loved it. And if you haven't watched this match, Ross, because we know you haven't watched the pay-per-view yet, just go watch this and you'll understand why we're doing this. But moving on from, was it your favourite match of the night, Lou?
Yeah, favorite match of all time.
Was it your favourite match of the night, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay.
Apart from one moment, but we'll get on to that moment.
I genuinely
giving it away.
I don't know what that could be. You'll have to let us know when it comes up. I'm trying to think
Yeah,
what that could
I
be.
will.
I have a feeling it's probably involving Mongo.
No, I'm surprised it's not.
Right, okay.
Wow.
I'm definitely out of ideas then as to what that could be. Right, let us know when that is, because I'm genuinely intrigued now. So after that, we get, well, this is just weird. Chris Benoit versus Kevin Sullivan in a retirement match. The Taskmaster, who's with Jacqueline and Jimmy Hart. We've seen a lot of Chris Benoit matches, haven't we? Where there's always like some sort of hardcore stipulation, and they don't tend to be that.
Because it was
good.
this whole feud. It was this
Yeah.
whole feud, wasn't it? Like Kevin Sullivan kept putting him into these matches and kept saying, "If you got to beat this person to have a match against me."
Was this any better? Does anyone think? Because I like some bits where they went up to the actual beach and used a surfboard, and Jimmy Mouth of South got pushed off the lifeguard chair, and that
moment
thing collapsed.
of the night. That was the moment of the night.
What, Jimmy Mouth of the South?
Yeah,
I was not expecting that, but that was brilliant. To be fair, do we think that wooden thing was meant to collapse as well?
No,
I'm convinced it wasn't. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this match was bizarre but funny in some ways, like you say.
I just didn't understand it. Like,
No.
obviously, Jacqueline was meant to be with Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah.
But then she was attacking Chris Benoit, and then Kevin Sullivan got annoyed that she was attacking Chris Benoit.
So then she started attacking Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, and then after the match, she walks out with Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, and then Jimmy Mouth looks really annoyed as well because,
Jimmy Mouth, I love that name.
Jimmy Mouth.
Jimmy Mouth.
Because she broke a wooden chair over his head as well,
which looks spectacular.
Yeah, which looks.
They should use more wooden chairs in wrestling. That looks looks amazing.
That looked great. And then Benoit used his headbutt to pick up the victory. But yeah, there was a lot of
I felt so bad
in this.
for the real life Kevin Sullivan in this, because obviously he was on the booking committee at the time, wasn't he? So one, he books a storyline with his real life wife to go off with Benoit, and she does it in real life. Then he's like, I'm gonna book a retirement match in my hometown. Gets booed. I just don't think anyone took it seriously. I think he really wanted this epic. He thought he was like Ric Flair in Nashville, didn't he? And it didn't really come across that way. He kind of got booed, even though I'm sure he was meant to be the face in this, right? That's always. Unless he was just trying to play babyface because he was in his hometown.
I guess so.
But yeah, it just didn't come across very well. I think the whole ending was meant to almost break kayfabe when he walked out with Jacqueline, but nobody really cared. I felt really bad for him.
I'm just trying to look at it. I think this was literally his last match in WCW. It gave him more time to concentrate on his job as a booker. He put Benoit over clean, which he did, and reformed the Varsity Club with Mike Rotunda and Rick Steiner. And after a couple of months, he was back off television. In 2000, after the demotion of Ed Ferreira and Vince Russo, the resulting chaos led to Sullivan's promotion to head booker.
Yep.
Oh, Christ. So, and then that led to Benoit, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Perry Saturn all quitting the night after. And Sullivan was fired in 2001 before the... So, yeah, that literally was his last match then.
Yeah, I just felt bad for him the way it went down. He booked himself the perfect ending, and it just did not pay off in the slightest. But it wasn't clean, because Jacqueline...
No, I don't think it was clean either.
Killed him with a big wood chair.
Yeah, it was... I was very let down by this match, but I've been let down by this whole storyline. I just don't think the Benoit match has been that good, because he's had all the weird Haku stuff, hasn't he, as well, which have just been garbage.
Yeah, I never really. I know it's easy to say now, but I never really got Chris Benoit. I never really cared for him at the time.
I liked him in Ruthless Aggression. I thought I liked him in WWE, but at this point, I just don't get him. I just don't get him, and I don't get this whole sort. This has been the only match where he's used weapons. Not for me. This one,
multiple death matches.
Yeah, not for me. But I did enjoy the use of the surfboard.
Yeah, it was probably the better match out of all this.
Yeah,
feud, but it was still weird. And I just felt bad for the actual Kevin Sullivan. That was what was mainly going for me, to be honest.
Yeah, and yeah, I just felt as though it was very messy. 3.5 stars from Dave. I think that's too high.
That's generous.
I think that's way too high.
2 stars.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at. I just, apart from the Jimmy Hart off the top of the structure.
If that moment was to get a star rating of its own,
that'd be 10 stars.
Yeah.
What is that moment star rating?
7.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Did we all like his shirt as well? His nice green shirt.
That's a stylish man, isn't he?
Jimmy Hart, just Jimmy Mouth.
Jimmy Mouth.
Jimmy Mouth. That's who we'll call him from now on.
Yeah.
Like Ricky the Dragon. No, Ricky the Steamboat Dragon was it? Yeah. Brilliant. Wrestling around the home. Why didn't we book WCW when we were 7 and 5 respectively? Something like that. When were you born? 6? Were you guys 6 years old? 91? Were you 90?
I was 91.
I was born 90 just.
And I was 92. So yeah, 7, 6, and 5 respectively. Yeah. We should have been booking this with the names. 13 minutes 10 as well.
It didn't need to be that long.
No,
I think he was just trying to go for the epic match, wasn't he? But it didn't pay off. If you plan an epic, it never works out. Look at Triple H, every WrestleMania match.
I don't feel the crowd really enjoyed it either.
No.
And I don't think commentary really enjoyed it either.
No, it's just a bit it was a bit wanky.
Yeah, it's definitely a miss from me.
Yeah.
Definitely a
misfire all around, I think.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. I don't think we had anything after this. No, it's the next one I'm thinking of. And then we had Aaron's favourite, Steve Mongo McMichael, coming up against Lou's favourite, Double J Jeff Jarrett, in a US title match. Where Queen Deborah McMichael turned on Mongo.
Disgraceful.
I was not expecting that, to be fair. She hit him over the head with a metal briefcase, and then she handed Jarrett a metal briefcase, who then she distracted the ref, and then he used the briefcase. Jarrett picked up the victory with a roll up over Steve McMichael and celebrated with Deborah in the ring.
Disgusting. Mongo got screwed.
Do you know what? Mongo did get screwed here. We know I'm not a big lover of Mongo's wrestling, but yeah, I feel quite sorry for me considering that's his actual wife again.
And that was his suitcase, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
That was his briefcase.
Made a good sound though, didn't it? Off the old Swede.
Mm.
Yeah.
How did you feel as though your favourite did here, Lou?
It's fucking awful match, right? It was terrible. Like, I would say it was Jarrett and Mongo. Like, no offense to either of them, but we're never gonna get a classic, are we? This one wants to be worked out in fifths of a star rather than on the 5-star scale. Was it 0.2, 0.4, 0.6? You know what I mean?
I have a feeling I know what Aaron's going to give this.
Yeah, but these two divorced. 1998. Was this the start of it? Maybe Mongo could never trust her again. But I knew they had to come together. I mean, at some point, Jarrett and Deborah, because they hopped across to WWE for a year, didn't they? Together.
I'm just trying to work out where Mongo goes. Right, okay, I've just seen what Mongo does at the next pay-per-view. Do we want to know the match at the next pay-per-view?
Go on, then.
Mongo and Benoit against Jarrett and Malenko.
That's very horseman-y. He is full on a horseman at this point.
Yeah.
Because that was the other thing I realised. There was a lot of storyline progression this month between this and Great American Bash. Compared to the others, like you can more or less follow along. This one, I was like, what the fuck's happened here? Like, because Jarrett was out the horseman now at this point. Obviously, Ric Flair was heel, I think.
Yeah.
Like, a lot happened in between these two pay-per-views that have happened for a long time in between. So, obviously, they were picking up Nitro. this point, I'm moving a lot of the storyline to Nitro rather than just the pay-per-views.
I'm just seeing how Mongo's 97 continues to pan out. Right, okay, so that's where he's at. I'm just seeing if he's actually on every pay-per-view in this year.
Should be.
I think he is near enough. I'm up to Starcade now.
Starcade's the last one.
What's he do? Yeah, he is. His last match of the year is very interesting, his opponent, actually. And then does he make it through to the start of 98? Mongo, where is he? Is he there? I don't think he's on the start of 98, so it seems as though he has this year and then goes.
You couldn't go into commentary.
Is that what he
sure.
does?
Yeah.
He started off on commentary, didn't he?
Let's have a look. Where does he go? I'm intrigued here. Where is he there? No, let's have a look. So, in 90s.
He stays with WCW all the way till 1999.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out if it actually.
And then he turned up in TNA in 2008 as a special referee.
No, it looks like he was just sort of kicking around, and then until Flair disbanded the Horsemen, and then there's not really a great deal after that. I think maybe 98 is when we start to see the end of.
So he's kicked out of the Horsemen at the end of 98.
At the end of 98, yeah.
But so then I'm sorry, end of 97. Sorry,
end of 97, and then
98. He just goes around doing bits here and there.
I was gonna say he helps Benoit with Raven's Flock in 98. Broke his hand in a match in February 98. Had a feud with Stevie Ray. Helped reform the Horsemen until and then his final appearance was in February 99. So I think this is the final stages of Mongo, and it all comes from Deborah McMichael and Jeff Jarrett. Big Dave gave this a dud. Aaron?
I'm not happy. I'm not a happy man.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit generous as old Dave.
Mongo got screwed. Because Mongo got screwed, -3.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I thought you were going to give it 5 stars.
Oh,
I think a dud is quite generous on this. This was for the title as well.
You can't believe they took the
title.
I forgot about that.
Can't believe they took the title off Mongo. One of the greatest footballers turned wrestlers in history, and they get screwed by Double J.
But he also he got kicked out of a game between Chicago Cubs and the Colorado Rockies in 2001.
Fought for.
So he was the guest singer. He's visiting the Cubs television booth, and he was the guest singer for "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." But before he sang, he said he would have some speaks, so have some words with the referee, which is apparently due to a bad call he'd made earlier on. And he got ejected by the main umpire, whose name was Randy Marsh. So Randy Marsh kicked out
from
Mongo.
South Park.
What a crossover that is, South Park and Mongo.
From a ball game, and then the umpires later received an apology for McMichael's conduct from the Cubs general manager, Andy McPhail. So that's what he was up to after he left wrestling. He was causing havoc in ballparks up and down the country.
Does anybody know why Deborah McMichael is Queen Deborah McMichael at this point?
It's just the Queen of WCW, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out what her year turns to.
She's with the Four Horsemen, isn't she?
It's just going after this, and then next Deborah.
And she puts together
Goldberg and Alex Wright, and then in November '97 edition Nitro, Wright fired Deborah after she accidentally distracted him, causing a loss to Prince Lucaya, and after a divorce from McMichael, she left WCW. So then they got divorced in '98.
Yeah.
She's not got long left in the company either.
Yeah.
But you do hear a proper Southern accent in this as well, don't you? When she speaks at the end.
37.
And then after this, we get weird tag match, I'm going to say. So we get NWO members Randy Savage and Scott Hall against DDP and his mystery partner. Page announced his mystery partner to be Kurt Hennig, who would be making his WCW debut. Where was he just jumping over at this point from WE? Or had he been somewhere in between?
He'd been on commentary up until 1996. I think he was injured a lot.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just. Yeah,
he
left shortly before Survivor Series '96.
Yeah,
making his last televised appearance on the November 5th episode of Raw. I've missed out one bit as well, a Mean Gene bit, but we'll get back. We'll go to that at the end after we've been through everything. So it looks like he was sort of a free agent from November through to July. Is this?
Yeah.
So this is the first time that you see him since WE then, and he's DDP's mystery partner. Right. What do we think of this as a mystery partner?
From start to finish, what absolutely fucking appalling way to debut Kurt Hennig, right? Even like, so they're building him up to be, oh God, he's got a big mystery partner. And then he's only giving his own entrance today. Like, say what you want about just chasing pops and stuff now. You would get a much bigger reaction. So DDP just walks out, and then Kurt Hennig just follows him, looking around like, I guess I'm here as well. Oh, is that Kurt Hennig? Yeah, I think it is. That's literally how the commentator went.
Yeah, literally.
I haven't seen him for a while. How's he doing? I guess he's resting now.
It's massively underwhelming and
so weird. Yeah, it's worse than it's Christian by Todd Grisham, which is undoubtedly one of the worst debuts of all time.
I don't remember that one.
That's why it comes out on ECW, and Todd Grisham just goes, "It's Christian," and that's his debut after his big return from TNA. Ridiculous. Google it. And then he's just a dick at the end of the match, isn't he?
Yeah, so he turns on DDP, doesn't he? And then effectively joins the NWO straight away.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Does he not?
No. So because I thought he did.
I thought that's what he did. Because he was a member of the NWO.
So he has a rivalry with DDP, but he's not in the NWO. And then after that, the Four Horsemen and the NWO are both trying to recruit him. And he joins the Four Horsemen to replace Arn Anderson.
Is there anybody that wasn't part of the fucking Four Horsemen when they weren't the Four Horsemen?
Yeah, I think there's about 8 of them on there as well. He does join the NWO eventually.
Yeah, I was going to say he definitely was part of the NWO, wasn't
he? Yeah, I can't see when it is though.
I'm just trying. Yeah,
later at the War Games, so not long. But he has a spell on the Four Horsemen first.
Right. Okay, and he renames the Perfect Plex to the Hennig Plex, which doesn't have the same ring to it.
So I'm assuming he can't use
Perfect
any of his WWF stuff. Yeah,
I guess.
But yeah, just a really, really underwhelming way of.
To be honest. And he was in the company for 2 years.
Yeah.
Did he really do a lot in the company as well? I don't
know.
All,
from what I remember.
No, I've not heard much about his run, but
he's often used as like a example of when the NWO got too big.
Yeah,
like they always show him. When they go and like they're doing like a documentary, like and the NWO got too big, and then they just flash him, just like showing debuting. Yeah,
it does feel already at this point that the NWO is starting to get a little bit too out of control with the members that come in.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in? No, it's in the next match, isn't it? Which I know it's a Four Horsemen, but still, again, it feels as though there's two stables that they didn't really know the direction of at this point with members and stuff like that.
I think they're building. Well, eventually. I don't know the both heels now, but they do build to War Games. There they are.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Horsemen versus NWO at this point.
It's weird seeing where the NWO went, because like you say, I'm just trying to think of other members. You had Virgil in there again. Why?
Yeah. He was there from the start, though, wasn't
he? Yeah, I guess so. But
would it have been the same without Vincent?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
I think it would have probably been. You're looking more without Vincent being in there. You're looking more like Retribution than NWO. Frankly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
And then
joining one of the greatest factions of all time.
You have all your off spins as well of NWA, don't you? Which was one of its biggest
You can
issues.
say what you want about Virgil, but come back to me when you've slept with 1 million women.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
it's true.
I don't know he's got any spunk left.
Yeah, like I know Hogan was like a big deal, I guess, joining the NWO, but when Vincent turned up in the NWO vest, I was like, I'm hooked.
Would it not
Little
be
6-year-old Lou was just like, oh my god, like this is the greatest faction of all time.
Would it not have been fine just to have it as Hall, Nash, and Hogan?
No, because
What do you do? You've got fucking Vincent, Cockmoney, or whatever he's called these days, Soul Train Jones. You've got him on the roster. You've got one of the biggest factions. Well, you want one of the biggest factions in the world. Come together. Otherwise, how are you doing it?
Yeah. Do you think NWO would have branched out into Japan and Europe?
I was going to say you get.
If it wasn't for Virgil.
Yeah, he was the one who went across and said, "China, Muta, got a deal for you, brothers."
Because it's
join the NWO.
You get NWO Hollywood, NWO Wolfpack, and then you get like NWO.
NWO Fuck Money was the third one they should have made.
Elite.
That'd have been better.
Black and white. I mean, NWO 2000, Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett, Kevin
that
Nash,
was the
Scott
fucking
Hall,
worst. That was the
Scott
worst.
Steiner, Ron and Don Harris, Mark Johnson, a referee.
Yeah, that were Nazis.
Medaja.
Yeah.
Was it the worst one, or was the Shawn Michaels reinvention the worst one?
Yeah, the Shawn Michaels one was potentially where NWO 2000. That was just Jeff Jarrett.
I forgot about that. So in that one, you've got Hogan, Nash, Hall, X-Pac, Big Show, Booker T, and Michaels.
Yeah, but what is? Yeah, that Hogan don't last in that. Last very long in that.
No, it's WrestleMania, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I'm just looking at like NWO Black and White, Stevie Ray, the Giant, Kurt Hennig, Vincent, Scott Norton, Brian Adams, and Horace Hogan.
Yeah, so that was the big one, obviously, because that had Vincent in, really.
It's got Horace Hogan in it.
Whose t-shirt are we all still wearing now? I don't see any Wolfpack t-shirts anywhere. NWO Black and White all over the place. And why is that? Probably because of Vincent and the cultural impact he's had on pro wrestling heritage.
And 1 million women.
And 1 million women. Here's my t-shirt. That's why it's the best-selling one.
Big Bubba Rogers was part of it until just a few months before this.
Yeah. The Big Dust was part of it at one point.
I don't think he's in it yet.
Yeah, he turns up in
it. Your favorite wrestler is, I don't know when did this pay-per-view happen? Your favorite wrestler ever joins the day after his pay-per-view, Lou? Conan.
Ah, fucking hell, Conan. Yeah, he's in that scene, isn't he?
He joins literally July the 14th.
So when did Vincent join again? Because that's when it got really big.
Vincent, 23rd of September 96.
Yeah, because what he could have done really, what I would have done is like obviously they had the Bash of the Beaches in July.
Yeah.
Have Vincent joined there instead of Hogan. He comes out. It's Vincent is the third guy. Then he would have got like really big, and he could have been I brought an assistant, and Hulk Hogan just goes, "Hey, brother." Swap him around. Yeah,
yeah, role reversal. That
yeah, money was left on the table, I think.
And then the original NWO then splits up in April '98 to Wolfpack and Hollywood.
Well, they're already doing it now. Scott Hall, he's got his red and black gear, hasn't he? In this?
Yeah. He's already leading to it, isn't he?
Yeah. It's a bit like the Elite and the Bullet Club in it, when he had the Elite within the Bullet Club and it became their whole thing. I'm sure they've mentioned Wolfpack a few times, like as a nickname for the NWO.
Yeah, it was a couple of times on this pay-per-view.
Yeah. And obviously all doing the Too Sweet thing. Hulk Hogan later on looking like the whitest man alive, trying to do it with Dennis Rodman. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get there. But this match then was given half a star by Big Dave, all 9 minutes 35 seconds of it. I was massively disappointed by this match. I really like DDP, but I just felt as though this was rubbish, and I don't think Hennig's debut helped and make him lose on his debut as well. So what was the Franklin star rating?
I don't even want to give this a rating because it was so rubbish. I'm just going to say dud.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was just such a rubbish way of debuting Hennig on it. It's such a squander. They've got this possibly the start of it because they did it to a few people at this time. Again, signing too many people, don't know what to do with them all.
I think, and then
parallels,
and then have him lose.
Yeah, and look like a fucking proper prissy fuck in the process. Like, oh, you hit me by accident. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
because
off.
obviously he turns on the, but it's just a crap.
Yeah.
It's a crap debut.
Ridiculous. So like, all right, like Sulky said, didn't he? Ridiculous.
Yeah. And then we've got a match that I actually weirdly enjoyed on the most part. We've got Roddy Piper against Ric Flair, which is fine until fucking Benoit and Mongo come in and attempt to interfere with the match. And it's fine. And then that happens and it becomes not so fine. But surprisingly, Roddy Piper picks up the big W here with a submission as well. 13 minutes.
Gets his revenge for last one.
I actually quite like this, to be fair. Like I said, I just didn't enjoy the running. I just think, again, it makes Flair look stupid.
Yeah.
Personally. I just don't like the Horsemen at this point either, because it's not the Horsemen, is it? It's just Ric Flair's guys. I'm sure Arn Anderson's probably still kicking about somewhere.
Yeah, it's the Enforcer, isn't he? It's always
he retires very close to this point, doesn't he?
I was going to say, has Arn Anderson ever wrestled? 13 minutes, 26 seconds, 3.25 stars from Big Dave.
2.5, I'd say. Just like you say, Terry, the runnings kind of ruin it. They could have just left it those two guys, and you could have still put Piper over to win.
I'm saying this would have been better if they were both trying to break out of Alcatraz.
Escape from Alcatraz match.
Yeah.
There's no score on the scale that we could give to that.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. But I felt this match was good, and then that happened. And it's just like, why? Especially when you've had Benoit already win and Mongo lose as well. Surely Mongo should be like injured in the back somewhere. He's just been cracked over the head with a bloody briefcase.
And though you can just tell that Piper has got creative control at this point, can't you?
Yeah.
So why is he winning this match? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, he had it in
when
his
you're trying to
contract,
establish the Four Horsemen. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was allowed to pick and choose which matches he won and lost.
Yeah. Because he's won a lot, anyway, this year, and you think about it. Considering, like, no offense to the fella, but he's obviously on his way out, and he's far past his best at this point.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's dating back to some like 80s feud or something where they like fell out with each other backstage. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't make any sense Piper winning this one.
No, it didn't really make, especially the way they did it as well, because he used to like all the Horsemen like idiots, didn't he? Like, oh, he's done now, it's fine, and then I didn't really care for this match, to be honest. I wasn't really a fan.
Wait until you see Rick. Do you want to know who Ric Flair is against in the next month's pay-per-view?
Go on then.
6.
Ah, classic. We're going to watch this soon.
I don't even think Roddy Piper's got a match. No Roddy Piper match. So again,
he has a strange match in Halloween Havoc of this year, with Hogan in the main event. Odd match.
Yeah, I'm just trying to read to see what happened to the Great American Bash. Following that, Piper and Flair unsuccessful. Then they teamed together to challenge the Outsiders for the tag champs.
That was the last pay-per-view.
We already saw it, didn't we?
Instead, the following month at the Great American.
The Great American Bash is already.
Do you know what? I've been searching Great American Bash rather than Bash on the Beach.
There's too many bashes, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Too many bashes.
So after this, the Four Horsemen turned on Piper, and that's what leads to this match. But then you don't see him again until September because he takes a hiatus, where he's appointed the new on-screen commissioner of WCW. So, did he need to win this match? It's a big
not if you're going to become a commissioner. What's the point, really?
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna go away for 2 months, what's the point?
Yeah.
What is the bloody point? Yeah, not.
Yeah, it doesn't have any matches after this at all, does it? Really?
It's a big L for me.
Yeah. No, he's a wrestler who they've signed because they can, and have no idea what to do with him.
When did he even join?
96.
96.
We saw his debut, didn't we?
Yeah.
I can't remember what pay-per-view it was now, but we definitely watched it. It was Joe and the NWO. Yeah, it was Halloween Havoc, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big pay. At the time, it was a big debut. But at this point, I think they don't really know what to do with it. They're giving him creative control, which you can tell.
The problem is, how many people did they give creative control to as well? And that's what ultimately it all comes to a head, doesn't it? Yeah, it kills it, doesn't it? But yeah, It's a weird one.
Yeah, there's just odd matches like this where you can just tell that it's happening.
I'm surprised it didn't happen in this next match, to be honest. Our main event of the evening, you got Lex Luger and the Giant against Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman. So Rodman will have been suspended, I guess, at this time from the NBA.
It was just past season.
Oh, was it postseason? Was
Yeah.
it 97 he was suspended?
No, 98 he turns up in the middle of the finals.
Is that what it is? I get confused
Yeah.
as to what he's done. I really like Rodman, though. He's very charismatic.
Yeah.
You can see why WCW hired him, because obviously it's a lot.
Oh, yeah, he's a
whole new
controversial
audience.
figure. He's the only one daft enough to get into an actual wrestling match.
Whilst
he's
having a
an active
sporting
NBA
career.
player. Yeah.
Yeah. But as well, it gets a lot of eyes on the product on it as well.
It does, yeah.
And we see Randy Savage for the second time tonight as well, after he picked up the big W.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite bit about, Buffer's intro. Where it's just like, and for some reason, Randy Savage is here. Maybe he's some sort of manager because he has no idea. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if he's just winging it, but he's absolutely brilliant. He goes, oh, we appear to have a surprise guest here. Maybe he's some sort of manager. It's brilliant stuff. Savage is just like, yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
I like Buffer.
Yeah, I love it. I think it gives the main event such a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Greatest ring announcer of all time.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
I don't know. It's the think, though, isn't he?
Okay, greatest non wrestling, the greatest celebrity announcer.
Yeah,
because we've had a few terrible ones, haven't we?
Yeah, it just makes it such a big deal, I think. Just having his best,
it gives it a big fight.
Yeah,
feel, doesn't it?
his wrestling ones are just brilliant because he just tries to explain the entire NWO storyline. Obviously, someone's written down for him, but no, I just loved it when he came when Randy Savage just turned up and it was like, what's he doing here? But he just went, for some reason, Randy Savage is also here.
Is here.
One of the greatest calls of all time.
And then to make it not a big fight feel, Lex Luger's in the match.
Yeah, he's rubbish, isn't he?
He's just at this point, Lex Luger was over.
It's weird because I don't really understand why.
Just you wait. Well, just you wait until the next WCW show.
Oh, Christ. Well, this match went 22 minutes, which was far too long, in my opinion.
It's all 21 minutes too long.
I liked Rodman, though. I thought Rodman was decent.
He's good when he's a celebrity wrestler.
Yeah, and the commentary made quite a big deal when he took a move and hit a move as well.
Yeah, he's all right. He's no Jay Leno, though, is he?
Yeah, it's weird that they brought him in as a heel, though, wasn't it?
Or David Arquette.
The crowd really wanted to cheer him.
I think there was a natural heel, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. That's why they've done it. But
yeah,
because it's a celebrity in a wrestling match, they're always going to be cheered. But I think if we were understanding what was going on in the NBA at the time, unless you support that team, he probably is a knob, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, but this was huge at the time. This was like...
Oh, yeah.
I think they just won the championship at this point. It's if you watch The Last Dance on Netflix, they actually covered this WCW bit from Rodman because everyone's like, what the fuck's he doing? But it's like having...
through and didn't finish it. I need to restart because I really enjoyed it. But I think
it's like in football in terms, it's like someone from like John Stones or someone from Man City turn up and in a wrestling ring just after the season's finished. Like it's insane, really.
Yeah, whereas at a top team, and then like you say, could potentially get.
And I think the announcers did a good thing of because obviously this time they cared more about kayfabe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Dusty was covering that he'd obviously been practicing and been trained by the NWO and stuff, which I thought was good. So it wasn't just some random basketball coming and beating up.
I like his
massive
sunglasses.
wrestlers.
I like his sunglasses as well.
Yeah, he looked like a wrestler, didn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's got a very wiry basketball frame, but he looks like a wrestler.
He's got the charisma, and he's got enough charisma to be a basketball player with the hair, the earrings, the nose piercings.
I mean, you can tell he's got his wrestling chops because he actually won Hulk Hogan Celebrity Wrestling. So you can't say more than that. Beat Butterbean. So, he ain't slamming a bin.
Right, I'm going to the end of this match after that. So I was surprised at the end of this match because Hogan taps out to the torture rack.
Yeah, Hogan taps.
I thought Hogan would have called in his creative card here.
Yeah, the title's not on the line. Don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Hogan. He's just
well, just you wait to see what happens on the next.
on the next
And,
one.
not in the next pay-per-view, one of the nitros before, which we'll have to do a watch along because it's a big moment in the NWR.
Is it bad?
It's not bad, but if you don't like Lex Luger, then yes, it's awful. It's the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Right, we'll get that as a watch along then. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of Nitro.
We'll do it as a watch along next time
right.
before we do it because we need to cover it before Red Wild because it makes Red Wild make more sense.
Right, okay, we'll do that. Then. But I did like that Rodman was willing to be put in the rack as well.
Yeah, did it all. To be fair, do you think the rack looks like so shit? Yeah,
and Dennis Rodman does not fit having been torture racked. Like,
no.
He's 6'7" for God's sake.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It doesn't fit him,
like
does it?
when Shivani was like, "Yeah, rack him," like it just looks so bad. It looks like a dad bouncing his kid on his shoulders.
I guess it must hurt a little bit, like your rib. I guess it's your ribs pushing into your organs, but
yeah,
to me, you properly got to get them down like that, and you rather than just going. Like just sort of doing a little bounce, you've really got to bend them.
Yeah, it's like he brings them up and goes, "Yeah, you're gonna put them down again." It just looks a bit weird.
But I was surprised that Hogan tapped. To be fair, and I did notice at the end that you do see the closing shot is obviously Hogan and Rodman.
Yeah,
it annoyed me.
What was Hogan saying? He was just saying.
I can't remember what he said, but Hogan's going to Hogan, and that's half the problem.
He came across as so lame. He was like, "Oh, I wasn't even a legal member. If they want to cheat, let them." Or something. And
that was it. He was on about cheating.
And then did the too sweet with Rodman. Hogan came across as a bit lame when he was with Rodman. Like he looked like he was trying too hard to be his best mate and be cool.
Do we, as NWO Hogan started to already sort of become, I won't say stale, but a little bit annoying at this point.
And I think that's how the character's meant to be.
I think the genius of it is it's everything that was really annoying in the 80s and the early 90s when everyone was getting sick of him. It's just, you know what I mean? Like Hulk Hogan, the character, we've said it many times. Even like if you go back to the 92 Royal Rumble, he was a bit of a knobhead, wasn't he?
And like, what is it? WrestleMania 9?
Oh yeah, WrestleMania 9 is a complete dick. Well,
that's the outdoor one, isn't it?
Yeah. But like we have all these memes and stuff now, and of like when Hulk Hogan was such a dick, even though he was a babyface, and he's the exact same character in the NWO.
He's just a heel. So I suppose
I think it makes sense. Yeah,
he's doing the character right, isn't he? I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know when the dominoes start to fall for Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, it was 2015 when he got racist in the video. Shagged his mate's wife and then got racist. That was when it all fell apart.
Right, okay, brilliant. I've just bloody clicked the wrong thing. Bash at the Beach, of course, I tabbed down Bash at the Beach 97, Dave Meltzer. I think he gave this a 1.5 stars.
No, it's generous, isn't it?
Which I agree is generous. 22 minutes for me is 22.5 minutes, far too long for a 1.5 star match. The all important thing is, what is the Franklin star rating?
-4.
Oof. It's got Lex Luger in it. It's just rubbish. The Giant didn't do a great deal either, did he?
No, but then again, he didn't really come into his own until he went across to WF.
Yeah, which is weird because he's already been champ at this point. He's a former world champion.
Yeah.
You think he is still very young and wet behind the ears at this point? He's probably 23 year.
When was he born? 72. So he was what, 24?
24.
Yeah. He's still very, very young, wet behind the ears. And he's still fairly new to wrestling at this point, isn't he? Because he came in as a rookie.
Yeah, well, he won the championship on his first match today.
So, so he didn't do a great deal. Dennis Rodman for me, it was entertaining. He obviously pulled in the crowd, didn't he? But did I need to see him in a wrestling ring? Probably not.
Would you have enjoyed seeing more of Rodman, less of Rodman in this storyline?
Why just bring him in as like a manager guy who just takes a couple of bumps? Yeah, you didn't need to see him in a match.
Kind of like,
especially not the main event.
No, not the main event.
You could have had him in like a showcase match further down the card.
So what we're saying is they should have put this as maybe the opening match, and then moved the spooky dudes to the main event. Yeah, I agree.
I remember the Lucha guys.
Yeah, the 6-man tag match, then the spooky guys.
Yeah.
All spooky guys, then 6-man tag match.
Yeah. No,
basically, they booked it all wrong.
Booked it the wrong way around, aren't
Yeah, upside down as always, though, isn't it? So, like,
Yeah.
if you look at
It
Meltzer
is.
star ratings, they probably go slide down.
So yeah, it goes. We'll just go back through them: 2.5, 4.25, 3.25, 4.25. So you think, yeah, fairly consistent. 3.5, still fairly consistent. Dud, half, 3.25, 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's classic WCW. Starts off pretty good and then just falls off the face of a cliff. It's WCW.
But the crowd gets hotter. So, obviously they liked it at the time, didn't they?
That's very true. That's very true.
Just
Sorry, go on.
long-term storytelling, innit? Fans love it.
Yeah, it's true.
We completely forgot to mention that Fake Sting appeared in this as well. Stang.
Yeah, who was that?
It's Jeff Farmer.
I thought it was Hall at first. It looked very much like Scott Hall, but fair dues. Yeah, because then they were questioning Sting part of the NWO, and then I thought then real Sting was going to turn up and just didn't. Again, felt like a bit of a missed
because he was
opportunity.
here for a bit, wasn't he? Like earlier in the year.
It just felt like a missed opportunity to bring
building to it.
Yeah, true.
I think at this point
True.
they're still going
Storytelling.
through the whole. Oh, he must have turned on WCW.
Yeah, but you could tell.
Shivani was like, yeah, Max Sting too, even though it was obviously
I was going to say you could tell it was a plastic mask.
Yeah, what an absurd storyline.
Ridiculous.
Who would do that storyline? Yeah.
There was one bit as well, a Mean Gene moment that I forgot to mention when we have a Raven promo.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, I forgot this.
And Stevie Richards is brilliant.
I completely missed that Stevie Richards was ever in WCW.
Yeah, he's there. I looked. He signs like the night after with Raven. They confirm, and he's gone in the November.
Oh.
And that's it. He's done in WCW. But I just enjoyed the way that Stevie Richards waves to Mean Gene, and Mean Gene goes, "How you doing, pal?" Just like, because I didn't know at this point if he knew who it was or not. And then he goes, "Stevie Richards, you're here." He was like, "Okay, he does know who it was." But it would have been classic Mean Gene to just think he was a fan.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, and then so Raven joins the night after this with Stevie Richards.
Yeah.
For Raven's lackluster WCW run.
Yeah.
But overall, Aaron, I'll go to you first. What are you rating this pay-per-view overall?
I am going classic Therapy at 6.5.
As high as that?
Yeah. Got the Lucha Libre match in it and the Chris Jericho match. They've pulled the rating up.
Yeah, fair point. Lou?
God damn it, I was also going to go classic Terry 6.5 because I think somehow with WCW, it's greater than the sum of its parts. Like each individual segment is awful, but somehow it becomes
put
a proper
it together.
Yeah. Like I'm still really enjoying going through. I'm literally going, we'll get on to Rod Wild soon. Like I'm literally enjoying just sitting down and watching all these.
I'm gonna go for a 5. I think this has had my favorite matches on it in terms of, again, Jericho, the 6-man tag match, and for what it was, the Benoit match as well, because the outside stuff with the surfboard and
that
wooden chair,
class chair shot,
yeah. And I enjoyed that, but I just think the bad was really bad on this one as well. But yeah, and so for me, it's a 5.
Middle of the road.
Wouldn't watch it again. Would watch the 6-man tag match again though, happily.
Yeah, well, we're going to do a full pay-per-view of it, Terry. Don't worry about that.
True. That's very true. Any final thoughts on the pay-per-view? Or are we looking forward to moving on to Road Wild?
Oh, well, we've got an episode of Nitro.
But yeah, we've got the episode of Nitro, and then are we looking forward to moving on to Road
I'm
Wild?
very much so, yeah. I'm looking forward to continuing this NWO storyline now, right up until the Shawn Michaels days. That's what we're doing. But yeah. No, it's good. I think it's good to.
I've just realised why we need to
progress
watch the Lex Luger thing, because I've just seen what the final match
see what happens. Yeah,
but yeah, it's interesting to see things develop. Like now, the Chris Benoit stuff is done, where he goes with the Horseman things. I think was now starting to get the ball rolling a bit. So I'm looking forward to it. But before that, what have we got coming up?
Clash of the Castle.
Clash of the Castle.
We're all at Clash of the Castle next week, so we'll be giving our feedback reviews.
Yeah, full review. We'll see what it was like on TV through Ross. You can tell us that, and then I'll be able to do a live in-person food review.
Yeah,
and live Franklin stars.
Yes.
Very exciting.
So we're coming to you not live, but we're coming from you from a live event, which we've all been to, Baron Ross. And we've got in the pipeworks, obviously, our Lucha Libre pay-per-view that we need to find and watch. A WCW Nitro watch along, and Road Wild 97, plus all the other good stuff that we have when Ross doesn't watch a pay-per-view. So, Aaron, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Anything to promote this week?
Some retro gaming going on this week.
What we playing?
I don't know. I'm open to suggestions.
Are we
I've
going
got
to
like
non-wrestling?
I'm open to suggestions.
Okay.
I've got all the old wrestling games. However, if you just want to see some like classic Mario or Streets
I
of
would
Rage or
like
something.
the game where you're a beach ball.
Cooler World.
A Cooler World, that's the one.
Do you know it's
Cooler
about
World.
150 quid to buy?
Really?
Yeah, it's proper rare, that
I'll
game.
do a whip around first, like donate.
It's proper
Donate to
rare.
our cast of support feature then. You're gonna get
That
that one.
and Tomba, they're really
Oh,
rare
yeah.
games.
Yeah.
In fact, no, maybe Cooler World's about £100 actually. About
Hell,
80 to
that's
100
insane.
quid. But yeah, Cooler World. I know
How
what
has
you
that
mean.
released a remastered version or some sort of indie ripoff?
Yeah, Bouncy
Yeah.
World.
It's all right. I thought I got it, so I'll have a look.
And what day are we expecting that, Aaron?
Got no idea because I'm working
Fucking hell.
late this week, so
Right.
we'll figure it out.
Twitch.tv/restaurant to get on that.
If you want a new sealed version, £1,299 on
Yep.
eBay at the moment.
So it's my birthday coming up in a couple of months' time, though. If you,
The cheapest version is a used version for 85 quid.
yeah, it's expensive.
Or if you want without the box, 70 quid.
Yeah, but the box is the entire thing. Everyone wants the box.
I just wanted this. I just want to play it.
Have you never played it? I remember it was on.
Oh yeah,
demo
I've played it. Yeah, on the demo. I think I
As
had
long
the
as-
demo only.
I was going to say, as long as you don't say that you owned it at one point, because you'd probably go crying, right?
Yeah. If I did, it wouldn't have been worth anything anyway. It would have been, we all do it about PS1s. It's fine.
True.
Yeah.
Luke, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Anything to promote?
I don't know.
Right.
Just keep an eye on twitch.tv/restaurant on Wednesday.
We're prepared as ever.
There might be a show. There might not be. I don't know. I might even do Clash at the Andrew Castle because I don't think I can do the week after. So I might just do it this week, otherwise it'll be like middle of the week and it'll clash with rules.
Right.
So but I might not do either. So just keep an eye on
Twitch.tv
on Wednesday.
Twitch.tv.
I might be there. I might just play Rumbleverse. I don't know. Find out.
Come along on Wednesday and find out.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to follow us all on at RestAround on Twitter, twitch.tv/RestAround. And we will see you all at some point next week for our live Clash at the Castle review.